Jay's Deli presents On Patrol with Santa Barbara PD.
Protect this town, we are with your blue. Time to roll, we are with your blue. We are on patrol.
Brought to you by Reverse Mortgage Works and Kitchen.
The Records Unit is a very critical and important part of the Santa Barbara Police Department. They're a part of the team and they work very hard to serve you, just like the men and women in the police cars. But for right now, let's go on patrol.
We got a call of an assault victim calling 911. They said that there was some type of fight in the apartment complex here. This apartment complex is known to be a high gang activity area.
Roger 35.
Officer Epstein arrives first on scene. When he came up the steps, he was confronted by several believed to be gang members, so he waited for backup to show up. We could see that in front of apartment number 6, there was a large puddle of blood, and there was also a pair of scissors that had blood on them. So at that point, we assumed that somebody had possibly been stabbed. We had other units come into the area. We surrounded the apartment complex because there's a back alley which a lot of these guys like to use to run away from the police. We sealed up the escape routes, and then we found a blood trail from the large puddle that led upstairs.
She was a neighbor but refused.
We knocked on the door, and we could see that the blood trail went inside. There was blood on the walls inside. We found the victim.
Come on out.
He was actually in the shower, and he was being attended by a friend that was inside the bathroom with him. We asked the victim to come out. It was obvious that he had some severe facial injuries. We weren't sure if he had any stab wounds in his abdomen, so we asked him to come outside where the paramedics checked him out, and they weren't able to locate any stab wounds on this person. At that point, officers began contacting several of the residents at the apartment complex. We talked to some younger kids who had actually seen the fight occur. The kids who saw the fight said that the suspects lived upstairs. So the officers went inside the apartment of the suspects and found that there was a couple of guys that had blood actually on their clothing and on their hands and arms. It was obvious that these guys had been involved some way in this fight. They denied their involvement, and then they said that they actually were there helping break the fight up, and that's how they got blood on them. And as we were talking to them, we had the witnesses look at them, and the witnesses identified the two suspects as being the people who jumped the victim and basically beat him up pretty bad. Due to the victim's injuries, looks like he's got some broken facial bones in the nose and some severe injuries. Both the suspects in this case were taken in for felony battery, and they'll be booked at the county jail.
I saw a young lady seated over here on a planter. She's shoeless and looked somewhat disoriented. As I slowed down, she came running over to the car. I asked her if she was okay, and she actually said no. Let me get you up on the sidewalk.
Really?
Yeah. In conversation with her, it was pretty apparent that she's intoxicated. 31, unit to assist.
Look at you're talking into your voice.
What do you got there? Oh, thank you. What's your first name?
I want to go home.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, where are your shoes?
They're at the bar. They will return them to me.
Which bar?
31 Davis, Clear Valley.
Me and I'm not going to do it.
No, I'm just wondering if I can go get them.
They'll return them.
Okay. Unfortunately, she was somewhat uncooperative.
there.
Okay, let go of that. Thanks.
That's my wallet.
I'll pick it up in a minute.
I want to pick it up myself.
Okay, how are you going to do that with your hands behind your back?
No, I'm not.
All right.
Clearly, I cannot pick up my wallet with my own hands tied behind my back.
Well, they're not tied.
I can't.
Okay.
Can I pick up my wallet? No, I can't. I can't pick it up, can I?
Can I get you to relax for a second?
I'm totally relaxed.
Okay, good.
The camera, there, you can hear the cinches.
Thanks.
One, and here comes the other one.
Have you been arrested before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, listen, you're just a little too intoxicated. I'm concerned about you.
I'm a little
We'll
too
get you.
upset.
Okay, can I get you to stand up?
No,
You're just going to sit there?
I can't.
Why not?
No, I'm telling you, I can't.
Oh, why not?
Because my legs said no.
Your legs say no?
Yeah.
All right, just sit there.
Okay, thank you then. That's right. I took my face to pick up my wallet. I put it in my own pants.
Well, hold on. Don't do that because...
No, I would like my wallet in my own pants. He's
Yeah.
taking it out of my wallet. He's taking it out of my pants.
You're stepping on my foot really, really hard.
Don't kick.
She was somewhat uncooperative and ended up having to be arrested and taken out to county jail where she'll sober up.
If you'd like to join thousands of people living better with the all-new lower-cost reverse or retirement mortgage, call Mark and Brian with Reverse Mortgage Works. We are local, licensed, certified professionals. Call to receive your free quote and learn about a retirement mortgage today.
Welcome to Jay's Deli in Palm Desert, a modern New York-style deli combined with today's contemporary cuisine. At Jay's Deli, we make everything fresh daily right here in our own kitchen.
All right, I've got the matzo ball soup over here. And I've got the New York black pastrami on rye bread to go with that. All right, and I've got the Amy's chopped with beets, goat cheese, and walnuts.
So we got our cinnamon hollow French toast and our signature meatloaf.
Jay's Deli, making new traditions. We look forward to serving you soon.
Hi, I'm Jan, and welcome to Kitchen Kitchen. When you first walk in, you're going to notice the wonderful aroma of our gourmet coffees. Peruse the well-stocked shelves filled with those unique and hard-to-find items, and check out our wide selection of bakeware, barware, and barbecue, as well as our full line of quality cookware, cutlery, and gadgets galore. We also offer knife and scissor sharpening, so you can shop while we sharpen. Need a gift? We have it for everyone on your list, and even offer beautiful complimentary gift wrap. Follow me into the kitchen where we hold the cooking classes and private events. You may even catch a demo of our best-selling gadgets, such as the square egg press, the pineapple slicer, the apple peeler, the electric rotato, and my personal favorite, the chopper. Stop by Kitchen Kitchen today. Family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1979. So come on into Kitchen Kitchen. Hope to see you soon.
Want to play better golf, tennis, pickleball, improve your focus? Well, you might want to check your brain. A 10-minute brain recording can reveal your brain speed, and together we'll make a plan to up your game.
Oh, is he going to pretend to do the cell phone thing? Do you have your ID on you?
Yeah.
When you're done, sir, ID, please. Are you guys on holiday?
Yes.
You can't pee on the storefront like that. It's Macy's. Do you guys have Macy's in Ireland? Right there, Charles. Stay there.
064.
Okay, right over here with him, please. Charles, right over here, please. Thank you. You make me nervous when you move around like that. I don't like to be nervous. Well, you don't have to like it.
Roger, 33.
What's mine right now? 374.3 for this young man.
You're urinating?
Well, I was releasing some tension.
In Ireland, it's okay to pee.
No, it's okay.
No, we're not.
We're not gonna say it's okay. It's just
We're
it's
wrong.
not.
We're wrong. Just,
Okay, Charles, just do me a favor. Take care of that before you leave, okay?
thank you. I know the way you sound. What's that mean we should do?
You got the ticket?
Yeah.
I'll show it to you. There you go. Criminal department. Call that.
The SWAT team is prepared to assist in the apprehension of dangerous fugitives, rescue hostages, and other high-risk cases of law enforcement. Now let's watch how these specially trained officers train for the difficult circumstances they may encounter.
We have the initial white male.
Going to be a rest team, sniper team in positions.
Another team is moving in.
Ready! Fire!
My name is Doug Kresge. I'm a lieutenant with Santa Barbara Police Department. My primary duty is that of a watch commander. I am also the crisis negotiation lieutenant, the CNRT team. And what we do is we also train for hostage negotiation.
You guys are on patrol, you monitored the radio, and you responded to the harbor for this call that's going out as out in the anchorage, subject with a gun, one shot fired.
In this particular scenario, which was designed for us, which we knew nothing about until we arrived here today, was that the harbor patrol was checking on a boat when they saw a man on the boat, and then they heard a woman screaming. They had had prior contact with this male, and they knew that he had a criminal history. As they approached the boat, he quickly went below deck, and when he came out, he was armed with a handgun, and he actually raised the handgun and fired it. So we have a situation where we have an armed person who's brandishing a weapon, and in addition to that, we have a woman, or we're hearing somebody screaming that we need to check on. It's not something that we can obviously walk away from, so we need to come up with the best way of dealing with that.
So when the SWAT team arrived on scene, we were able to establish a perimeter, and with crisis negotiations response team, we were able to determine that there were actually 4 people on the vessel, and one of the women was being held hostage. Ultimately, the exercise moved to a point where the suspects were determined to leave the area with a handcuffed female down below, and we were not going to allow that to happen, so the SWAT team was ordered to board, and they were successful in doing that while we were able to distract the suspects. The SWAT team consists of officers who are acting in a collateral assignment. These officers are volunteers. We send them to training, and they train monthly on how to use the best tactical approaches to resolve violent encounters safely with the smallest likelihood of injury to anyone, including perpetrators of crimes and victims. And learning what our equipment does on water is not necessarily what it would have done on land. And so that allows, today's lesson really allows us to train for just a different type of scenario.
It's a pretty difficult scenario because, generally speaking, when we do negotiations, we're negotiating with the person who's in a house or maybe even in a vehicle or in a business. In this particular case, we have to practice also because one of the things that we have in Santa Barbara is a harbor.
On a vessel that's out in the ocean, we run the risk of having it leave, and we don't want it to leave if we have a dangerous crime that's in process. We still need to maintain a perimeter. And that perimeter looks a whole lot different out on the ocean than it does on land, but still the perimeter is just as important. Because if hostage takers or criminals believe that they have a lot of different options, then they may exercise those options. And if we remove all the other options except talking to the hostage negotiator, then we're successful. Our primary goal really is to provide no way out for the suspect than to speak with the hostage negotiators for a safe and peaceful resolution.
In addition to that, we have an intelligence officer. We would start looking at their background, their criminal history. We would talk to people to find out, perhaps they are seeing a psychologist or something. And we would try to get that information, anything that would benefit us to doing the negotiations, and that's their responsibility. And then you have the primary negotiator. You have a person who's their backup who assists in coming up with the approach or the philosophy in this negotiation. We have a person who's listed as a scribe. The scribe is literally to track all this information in the time that everything was done. We don't just rely on the digital or audio recordings. We have to have that information in real time.
We have snipers who also act as they're observers primarily. And they are able to see longer distances and provide information from the scene back to either the hostage negotiators or the team that's surrounding it. These scenarios are almost never duplicated exactly in real life. But what it does is it allows us to use a lot of our skills that we learn today and really put some of our equipment and training into practice and learn some of the faults that might occur and learn from those faults and use better training and skills that allow us to later on implement that training in a real world situation.
And go ahead and holster your handgun.
Done?
Done. Good shooting. Stay tuned, more excitement coming up.
Jay's Deli, making new traditions, is proud to bring closed captioning for the hearing impaired.
Bespoke, custom tailored to your needs, a perfect fit. If you are buying or selling a home, their process will be custom tailored to fit your needs. They are bespoke. Real estate marketing is their specialty, and their customized elevated service will meet your needs. Robert Downing and Tracy Boomer and their team have a passion for real estate.
Hi, we're Robert and Tracy, and if you'd like to see a sold sign in front of your home, or you'd like us to help you find your perfect desert property, give us a call today.
We are bespoke.
Welcome to Gelato Granucci, the little shop with the big flavors.
Where our brilliant flavor designers bring you the art of gelato. Flavors like coffee, strawberry, salted caramel, cookie shot cones, gelato bars, and gelato cannolis. And now Gelato Granucci can be featured at your special event. Our scrumptious gelato will be served to your guests from our vintage cart.
See you soon at Gelato Granucci in downtown Palm Springs.
Acme, full service moving and storage. Acme is #1 when it comes to moving and taking the utmost care of your precious cargo. There is no job too small or too big that they can't handle. When it comes to storing your valued possessions, Acme is the best in the valley. Their task is complete when you are comfortable in your new home or knowing that your possessions are safely stored.
Call Acme Moving and Storage today for your free estimate at 760-200-1102.
Hi, I'm Henry. And I'm Steve. Together we represent exotic motor cars here in Palm Springs. For the last 30 years, we've been the Valley's leading supplier of pre-owned exotic, luxury and classic cars.
Don't just dream it, drive it.
If you'd like to join thousands of people living better with the all-new lower-cost reverse or retirement mortgage, call Mark and Brian with Reverse Mortgage Works. We are local, licensed, certified professionals. Call to receive your free quote and learn about a retirement mortgage today.
Yeah, so you got dead body right there. Yeah. Looks like he fell in between the bridge right there onto the sidewalk. So we responded to 2 on State Street on a person that fell between the 2 overpasses here at the 101, and it appears that 2 kids were running across the freeway and jumped over the center divider thinking that there was ground in between the 2 freeways, and there was an opening that drops down probably 20 or 30 feet down to the State Street down below. And so ultimately it looks like they probably thought there was ground there, and there wasn't. When he jumped over, he fell all the way through down to the lower State Street. Looks like they were just trying to cross the freeway.
All the back was on the concrete, but his neck and his head were being basically held up against by his backpack, because he had a backpack with a skateboard in it.
Oh.
So I'm sure he broke stuff when that did, but the girls that witnessed it just saw this guy just fall from the sky.
Oh, wow. Another kid was with him, but didn't jump over in the same spot that his friend did, and ended up watching his friend go over the edge and down between the 2 freeways. They do flips off walls, and they do all this other stuff, and they do run, they run around like they pretend like they're Spider-Man, Ultimately, when the person jumped over the wall and missed the planter and fell all the way to the ground, he didn't survive the fall.
Hi, I'm Officer Brian Sather.
I have been working with the Santa Barbara Police Department for approximately 2 years. So let's go out today and let's go on patrol. So what it sounds like is Officer Beecher was in the area of City Lot 10. He stumbled upon this guy who was having a seizure, but then later found out that it was related to this domestic that got called in by an unknown RP who said there's some type of domestic going on. People are hitting each other. What happened?
Well, what happened was I was at the church down here coming up, Dianetics Church, coming up, and we heard a call of a domestic go out. We get here, we walk through the thing. The domestic was supposed to be taking place on level C. We get over here and we see some individuals, 3 individuals in a fight, in a tussle. We get over here, we separate them. One goes down to the ground. Turns out he has a large laceration to his head, and apparently the female struck him with a high heel, and he went down for the count. And we separated her, and she openly admitted that she was assaulted prior, and that she took matters into her own hands and said that she was not going to let any man do that to her and beat him with a heel.
We went up to the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor. He sat there and he hit me over and over, and people were watching him hit me over and over. I did do that to him with my heel. I'm going to tell you that I did do that to him because he was hitting me, and he's always told me that he would never, ever in his life hit me, and that's what he just did to me today. I don't want him under my roof no more.
Okay. Do you have any marks or anything like that from the head?
No, just my face right here. He just kept hitting me and hitting me. If you want to take my shoes for evidence, go ahead. I'm just not going to let no motherfucker hit me like that. I took it from baby daddy so many years. I'm not going to deal with it no more. I'm sorry for my face right here because he kept hitting me, and I just kept pushing myself away from him. Honest to God, there was people watching.
At this time, I'm going to place you under arrest for now. We're going to go to the station and work it all out and get you there, okay? You need to go place your hands behind your back.
And why am I being under arrest, officer? Because I made him bleed, obviously? Is that what the situation is?
Right now, for assault with a deadly weapon with your heels, he's got a humongous gash on his head.
Yeah. How is he going to sit there and hit me after he told me he was never, ever in life going to hit me? Like that. Never. And I trusted him, and look at what he did. I'm going to press charges on him against him, too. I have a bruise on my foot, look at from him kicking me.
We're going to take
if
pictures
you can see that, look at that.
We'll take pictures of that.
I'm done with it.
All right, please have a seat over here.
He was pretty bloody.
Yeah, he was bloody. So right now he's being arrested for 245 assault with a deadly weapon, high heel. So.
Welcome to Jay's Deli in Palm Desert, a modern New York-style deli combined with today's contemporary cuisine. At Jay's Deli, we make everything fresh daily right here in our own kitchen.
All right, I've got the matzo ball soup over here, and I've got the New York black pastrami on rye bread to go with that. All right, and I've got the Amy's chopped with beets, goat cheese, and walnuts.
So we got our cinnamon hollow French toasts and our signature meatloaf.
Jay's Deli, making new traditions. We look forward to serving you soon.
Dr. Clarence Caldwell works with people who want a better life. Are you tired of health, career, and money issues? When you see others that seem to have it all, do you wonder, why can't I have that?
You can. If you're ready to overcome the fears that hold you back, increase your confidence, and leverage the power of your emotions, my Mindset Masterclass is exactly what you need. I will personally teach you the skills that I used to move from homelessness to corporate boardrooms. It will work for you too. If you truly want more, join me at my Mindset Masterclass and create the success and fulfillment that you deserve in your life.
Looking for a safe and fun outdoor adventure? Then let Palm Springs world-famous Red Jeep Tours transport you to a desert wonderland. Choose from a variety of exciting adventures. Journey through the bones of the earth on our signature San Andreas Fault Tour at our private and exclusive Metate Ranch. Explore narrow-walled slot canyons, a natural palm oasis, and learn about local Native American culture. Red Jeep Tours, offering experiences that engage, educate, and entertain since 1988.
Hi, I'm Henry. And I'm Steve. Together we represent Exotic Motor Cars here in Palm Springs. For the last 30 years, we've been the Valley's leading supplier of pre-owned exotic, luxury, and classic cars.
Don't just dream it, drive it.
additional units at West Ortega to report 245 133.
We got a call of a assault with a deadly weapon that occurred. 4 gang types attacking one male individual who was on scene upon our arrival.
Is anything hurt right now, Jonathan? A lot of stuff. What is the most?
Hey, what did that vehicle look like? You said it was a white.
It was a white. They were going to jump him, and I stepped in.
The victim described that he intervened during some kind of a disturbance between the 4 gang types. So they turned their aggression towards him, continued to strike. So he got beat pretty substantially. He's in the hospital right now, but was coherent and able to give us some information about the suspects. So while we were investigating this, some neighbors saw some people who were suspiciously hiding in their backyard. So we responded to their backyard to see if we can contact them.
Possible suspect may be hiding out.
All right, let's grab a team. Hey.
Somebody may want to go around because there's like a
Yeah,
way you can go around.
it's on the side here. All right. He did contact, I believe, 2 subjects that we believe are involved. We had some witnesses who were on scene and identified them back in there. Okay.
One of the witnesses said, hey, saw one of these guys went walking back over here, shaking some bushes. Myself and Corbett come by, and I see him, Roberto, inside this Jeep truck, kind of concealing himself.
Is this area cleared?
This part right here is clear, but according to RP, so there's one more possibly be hiding himself over there, so I'm gonna check that backyard.
Okay. You have a vehicle?
Over there, yeah.
You have room in the back seat for transport to the station?
Sure.
The level of their involvement at this time is unknown, so we're going to go back to the station and we're going to continue to investigate this incident.
I am so glad that you are getting to know the men and women of the Santa Barbara Police Department. They are dedicated to serve. See you next time on patrol.